An ulcer?
Yeah. You never did say where he was.
I believe Sindri went adventuring.
Adventuring? No, that's not it. He went to find the special mead. Had a hankering, he said.
Special meat.
Yeah, the special mead.
Sutunga's special meat?
What's that frosty arse got to do with it? We ain't in Jotunheim, in case you hadn't noticed. Well, there's this mead they make down at the brewery. So sweet, well, it's bloody sweet, all right? Anyway, Sindri had an itch for it. Just a horn or two, he said. So, off he goes. That was half a moon ago. I told him not to do it. Too many giants out there, but he wouldn't listen. Him and his cravings.
Where can I find this brewery?
Aylthorpe, southeast of here, other side of the marsh. Can't miss it. You're going to rescue him?
I will find him, yes. And afterwards you and he will repay me by helping Evildy with the job I need done.
Now hold on, we didn't,
Good. We have a deal.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
That gadfly? It was Loki. Thor himself could not have withstood the sting.
You lost. So many starving dwarves produce so much
Remind
shit.
me, why do I find myself in your company? Big...
Allez hop, ça bouge.
I must hand it to Sindri. Even after all that has happened, he still has the defiance to seek out a horn of Svartalfheim's finest.
Quoi, j'ai arrêté ça? Bon, ça fait un trésor en plus.
The sweet scent of mead, fouled by the stench of muspels. Yatna too.
Non, encore un bug.
The smell of mead grows strong. This must be where everything is stored. Sindri's nose would have guided him here. I sense that Sindri has been here. Is this Sindri's special mead? Given the puddles on the floor, he must have taken a bath in it. Surely there is some sign of Sindri here. A chain was placed here. From the scarring, something heavy was suspended from it. I've carried enough dwarves recently to know they are not as light as they look. This blood is many days old. One trail leads in, the other out. This hammer bears the mark of Sindri. And here, a bag of roasted acorns. Now what do we have here? The Muspels have a prison not far from here. Jan's Hoops, they call it. Some days ago, Sindri was captured while sneaking outside. He was dragged in here for interrogation. His belongings were seized, even his roasted acorns. one of the many dwarven delicacies I will never fathom. They tried to loosen his tongue, using the same sweet mead he himself, but instead he most tortures at a makeshift prison named Jan's House. That is where I should go next. Reeks of misery. More than I would even wish upon Loki, no matter his crimes. It's likely Sindri was brought here many days ago, but not too late. Soon.
Ah bah oui, ça je me souviens.
The giants have no mercy. When I face them, I will show them none.
By the Norns! Help!
The dead have been roasted upon the flames. That body over there. I hope it's not who I think it is. I know this mark. Whoever he was, he had his hooker cruelly stolen. I could sense that the Salakar was satisfied on this occasion. It was this Calder's first victim. And that amulet. The sigil. Sindri, reckless fool, all this was a meat. Oh well, it is done. I must return the body to Brock.
Ça fait la route là, 1000 mètres. Un petit kilomètre. Juste avec la moto. On s'en fout. Voilà. Such as Sindri's are of lesser value. Still, it can't be coincidence that Calder sated the Salakar with the hookers of so many races. Muspel, Jotun, Dwarf, who knows what else. Chance led to Sindri's C'est vrai qu'il nous fait de la SMR là maintenant, il fait que parler en chuchotant.
Not chance. When the enemy realized they had such a prize in their clutches.
Allez.
Who is this you bring? No! It can't be!
Master Broker, I share in your grief. Truly I do. Your brother was the worthiest of dwarfs. More so than you will ever know.
Oh, Sindri.
Les petites larmes.
No, my dear Sindri.
The funeral arrangements are being made outside. I must use this chance to bend Broker to my will. I must speak with Broker. Dwarves have come up with a crafty way to cross the lake. I must find a way to ease Broker.
You lied to me. You said you would save him.
I said I would find him.
Faut pas vraiment sauver les gens qui
ain't
sont
my
déjà morts.
brother. Not anymore. What happened? Tell me. Everything.
As I neared the village, I heard a great roar, like that of a wounded bear. Soon after, I witnessed the final act of a mighty battle. Sindri, beset by giants on all sides. It was he who made the godlike roars.
He always did have a deep voice.
He wielded his hammer and chisel with uncommon skill.
Yes, yes, I've seen him do it many times in the workshop.
Giants lay strewn about, slain by Sindri's hand. But then, one of cowardly aspect struck your brother treacherously in the back. Yet even as Sindri succumbed to the blow, he lobbed his chisel and struck the coward dead, right between the eyes.
Sindri did all that?
So it will be written. I must find a way to ease Broker's sorrow and make him amenable to my wishes.
Where could they be?
There's something wrong, Basil.
Everything is wrong. We're burying the greatest smith who ever lived, and we don't have his tools to put with him.
I came across some at Aylthorpe. If you want, I can fetch...
Those are just the spares. He never took his best ones from the shelter.
I see. How is it that such valuable instruments have been misplaced?
Misplaced? Don't be daft. Hidden, more like.
By Sindri?
To make sure no one else ever touched them. Particularly Broker. Except now we can't find them.
You have no idea where they might be.
Well, they're inside the shelter, I can tell you that. Well, they can't be too far. I'd be surprised if they're somewhere up high.
I thought dwarves were afraid of heights.
Not our Sindri. He was quite the climber. Now me, well, I prefer to keep my feet on the ground, right where they should be.
I'm very fond of the dwarves, yet their constant needs is exhausting. Oh, Loki, friend, betrayer, what I'd give for a moment of your gilded conversation, even the lies. If I was Sindri, where would I hide my beloved tools? Somewhere high up, perhaps.
On nous a miné l'arbre. Lequel? Celui-là?
What do you see, Sunan? That nest looks like a promising hidey hole. you can see enough.
Oh. On peut même pas se poser là? Ah si.
Finally, the tools of Sindri's trade.
C'est tout petit. À la taille d'un nain.
I must reunite these tools with Sindri's remains before the ceremony begins.
Allez, on est de retour parce qu'on est là.
Disaster has been averted.
Oh, now I see why some call you God!
You're making me blush. Still, I have my moments. Heroes die, but not their legacy. Such was Sindri's courage, that tonight he feasts in Valhalla, the first of his kind to ever do so. Evil has come.
I'm here for the mead, not the company.
Tu veux juste boire, quoi.
You dwarves and your love of mead. It's caused me enough trouble already.
It wasn't a dwarf who ransacked half of Jotunheim in search of some mysterious mead.
I wouldn't know anything about that. You know, old friend, now would be a good time for some grand gesture.
Like what?
A respectful speech from you, Sindri's greatest rival, would surely...
Ah, fuck off!
We must all make compromises. I can even give you the honeyed words. Time soothes the well of suffering, brings hope that sees beyond chill death, recasts the whirlpool of sorrow into the placid waters of the philosophic mind.
Are those words for Sindri or Baldur?
Baldur lives. Why would he need such words?
Of course, of course. I didn't mean to... Well, you know. Fine, I'll do the speech. But it will be one of my making, not yours. We dwarves don't care much for poetry. Still, we can't set about making speeches until the torches are all lit up.
Evil has come. Perhaps he can be of use. Evil has come. Perhaps he can be of use. Have saved the place for me. This is a great honor that they bestow.
My brother. A true master. He was,
I did not like Sindri, and he did not like me. Still, he was good with the hammer, and the chisel, and the saw. And he knew how to work the bellows. Some said better than anyone. Even me. Brocker, your brother was a very fine smithy. I admired him greatly.
Master Broker, you've given Sindri an excellent send-off.
It's the least he deserves.
Putain, il arrête
But
pas
is
de
it
chialer,
really
lui.
true he feasts in Valhalla?
It is. I saw it in a vision. Come. Let's take a stroll.
Ah. Allez, bois. Oh putain, il fait une gueule quand même d'enculé.
Now, tell me, are you prepared to continue Sindri's good work?
Helping Ivaldi was not my brother's work.
But to find Sutter was. It's what got him killed.
Greed for mead is what got him killed.
It took courage to go after that mead. A direct challenge to Sutter's authority.
This is crooked thinking.
Ah, j'ai pleuré aussi. Hein.
Seems straight enough to me.
You know, I don't reckon I owe you a bloody thing.
I risked my life to retrieve your brother's body. Now I prepare to risk it again. For you and all of Svartalfheim.
Bollocks! You ain't doing anything out of the goodness of your heart. I know what you're after. I know all about your lad Balder. I have ears, you know, even in my grief. So, don't pretend you're here for us, because I know—
Would you have me abandon my own son, and strive only for your salvation?
Okay, when you say it like that. I need time. I'm still grieving, you know. Let me think on it, all right? A little
Petit
old
lâche.
think.
Petit lâche. Ah, il lui a fallu toute la nuit.
I should check on Broker, see if he has come to his senses. If he hasn't, I must encourage him further.
L'encourager. Il y a un moment, il va falloir sortir les épées pour lui dire bouge ton cul. Ça doit pas ce qu'il pensait, je pense. Je sais pas pourquoi, mais ça sent la mutinerie à l'intérieur quand même. C'est quoi toi? C'est forgeron? Non.
These are the finest tools you'll ever lay eyes on.
So many.
Glad you made it back.
Ah,
I know better. Good to see you somewhere less.
Good to see you again.
I'm...
Ah oui, ceux-là, c'est ceux que j'ai sauvés justement. Et il nous file des récompenses à chaque fois. Bon, avec le petit titanium que j'ai, normalement je devrais pouvoir tout améliorer. Ça c'est fait. Ouais, il m'en manque encore. 18. Ok, il m'en manque 12.
yeah. Is that why you were snooping?
Good to see you're getting along.
Ouais.
So,
La
Broker,
digue longue.
do you accept your duty?
Don't have much choice, do I? Last thing I need is a godly smiting up me arse.
Let this be the start of a beautiful new friendship.
To study the Salakar, I'll need the very best of tools. Too bad this workshop is lacking.
Bugger off! I got more stuff here than you can wag a finger at.
Doubt it.
Ah, il y a de quoi péter
If
un
you
câble.
find something you don't know how to use, just ask.
I'll be giving you lessons on how to use your
Bickering
own...
dwarves. How unusual.
Asa, you returned.
What? You deal with a fire nymph?
Not this again.
What news do you bring?
My stepmother is stubborn. I cannot push too hard or she will grow suspicious.
She has no interest in a trade.
Interest, yes. But not yet the will.
I don't understand.
The Salakar is all but indestructible. You, on the other hand, are not.
She assumes she'll catch me, kill me, and retrieve the Salakar.
Time is on her side.
Then I must strip her of this illusion. If I were to make a nuisance of myself, one that cannot be ignored.
Sinmara prepares to lead my father's next major invasion.
But if I were to disrupt her plans, it may force her to the bargaining table.
Sounds risky to me.
I once plotted and carried out the murder of Emir himself. What do I care of risk?
Well, since you put it like that...
Where must I strike?
At Af Alvat Milna, my stepmother develops a strange army. At Jofursmida, she breeds beasts of war. And finally, there's Drekathorp, her supplies hub.
I've dealt with Drekathorp, but not the other two.
In the meantime, I shall return to Eitri. I will send word once my stepmother has become more... amenable.
I'll return when I'm done. And I will expect answers regarding the Salakar.
How can so many starving dwarves produce so much shit?
Ah, ils sont déjà à fond. Ça coûte quoi? Ça compte à bras, ça, non? Ah non, mais ça, c'est bien. En vrai, je m'en tape un peu. Je sais plus si c'était celle-là qu'il fallait... Non, peu importe.
Let's...
Alright then.
Alors, alright then. Non. Allez.
us off limits.
Unleash the beasts.
Ah merde, je peux rien faire. Oula, oula, ça pue. Et voilà. Ah putain, bug. Incroyable ça. Je sais pas si ça record encore. Ouais, bah va falloir redémarrer. Hein. Ah là 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 là. Putain, c'est incroyable. Bon, je pose. Hop. On est reparti sur les cordes. Ok. Donc ouais, ça a bien bugué comme il faut. On peut pas se tirer dessus. Dommage.
Must first make the beasts run wild, and then destroy the knowledge to create
On
more.
a remis quand même pas trop loin. C'est acceptable. Alors, déjà, premier truc, ça. Ça. Ensuite, ils vont commencer à s'énerver. Quoi? C'est tout?
Without these plans, no further beasts can be bred. No more piggies for you, Simbada.
Ok, donc maintenant il faut libérer. Ça, ouais, je suis son. Bordel, pas possible. C'est pas moi, c'est pas moi.
Once the Holler's free, he and I shall feast. Show me what lies ahead.
Ah, le retour du bug de la flèche. On n'a pas le gratuit, on prend ça. Pas de derrière là. Blague. Voilà. Eh oh. Ah putain. Je savais pas. Hein.
So this is where Sin Matter creates a mysterious army.
Oh, c'est rigolo. Non, 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 non. Ça, c'est vénère par contre quand on se fait choper dans la lave. Lancement tactique. Allez, les skills. Là-dessus, je crois que j'étais en train d'améliorer ça. Ça a déjà été fait. Heal on kill. Ouais, c'est pas nécessaire. Battlefield cremation. Mais j'utilise jamais le feu. Non. Non, il n'y a rien de très utile par là. Débloquer pour débloquer, hein, mais ça me fait pas plus plaisir que ça. Alors, ça peut être utile. Ah oui, il y avait ça, cannon shot, mécanique. Ouais, non, pas forcément. Ça c'était tout bon. Nickel. Ouais, bon, bah, j'ai quasiment tout débloqué. Donc à la base, allez, on va se faire un petit peu. Coucou toi.
Gained an understanding of the Salakar's true use. My future may depend on it. Ragnarök is inevitable.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils font
you're back.
Avec ça?
Sinmara's plans lie in ruins.
I just hope you know what you're doing.
Surely I should be asking that of you. Now, tell me, what does it do?
I ain't got a clue. These light elves and they're sneaky.
You've learned nothing?
Whatever its use, the power it contains, it holds more than what you said.
Such as?
Well, for a start, there's a bloody dwarf in there.
Anyone we know?
Nah, and it's not important. Dwarf hugers don't carry much weight. Not even mine.
So, what does it contain?
All I know is that it's more than Malvigur, Calder, and some dwarf no one cares about.
Fine. In the stories, what was the actual point of the Salakars?
Hugers were what vitalized them. But it was the magic that gave them their purpose. And that magic was different to each one.
Magic? You mean Zeta?
Nah, some elf shit no one knows anymore.
Except Sutra.
That fire nymph? She sent word.
And?
Your plan worked. Shinmara's ready to barter, if it means getting you out of the way.
Where?
At the bridge leading to Feygarda. Light the beacon, and she'll come out with your lad.
The power that the Salakar holds. It must not fall into Surtur's grasp.
Nah, I'll reclaim it once Baldur is safe.
Ils sont pas sereins. Et non.
Hopefully the dwarves have gained an under... Hopefully the dwarves have gained an understanding of the Salakar's true use. My future may depend on it. Ragnarok is inevitable. To avoid it, impossible. But if there's one thing I know, impossible is impossible. Retaking the Salakar won't be easy. I may have to release Loki and ask for his aid. His talent.
Libérer Loki pour lui demander son aide. Jamais de la vie. C'est lui qui est à l'origine du Ragnarök.
Retaking the Salakar won't be easy.
Avec son
I may
fils.
have to release Loki and ask for his aid. His talent for theft is unmatched. What I have done to him, and him to me. Once I have rescued Baldur, we'll be even. Loki will see that. I must announce my arrival.
Ah, que coucou! Très intelligent. Ah.
You bring that which is Sutter's.
Give me what is mine, and I will hand over what is his.
Come midway.
Ça sent l'embuscade.
Baldur, I got you. I got you.
C'est pas lui.
Leave no breathing space! Smoke and ash!
Non, c'est pas ça que je vais faire.
Let's not waste time!
bug, il me voit plus.
I must get inside. Balder must be close for the illusion to have worked.
Allez.
Balder's behind one of these doors. Locked cells. I must find the proper keys.
J'ai trouvé.
Truly, Kelda, truly. You dare to torture my own flesh and blood. If only I could bring you back from the dead and kill you all over again. It is written in Balder's hand. No light, but only darkness visible. Revealing sights of woe. Realms of endless agony. This hopelessness, it is not the Balder I know. No matter his pain and turmoil. This blood trail.
Ils ont rien respecté. C'était sûr en fait.
The High One, brought low. Mistletoe, symbol of hope, renewal. But
Ça
not
passe sur
for
un petit
Balder.
boss fight.
We forced so many drafts down his gullet. His torment was quite beautiful. Blind fool. You never saw what was in front of you.
Oh, la traîtresse.
Here is your child. His light gone before you even set foot here. And the rest of him? It now skulks in Helheim.
Ça va chier.
Allow me to reunite you with your boy.
No!
Traitor. You were never worth my effort.
Elle est tuée comme ça off screen. Sympa.
I've seen dwarves with better stature.
Take care of it.
Damn you, Asa!
I remember how Creed
Finally! The hero of Asgard!
Ah bah la flèche elle a bien touché là pour le
But
coup.
you are an imposter. Heart as black as tar. Savage. Monstrous. You've locked that truth away.
C'est passé L12 pour
Built
faire
a
une capture d'écran.
code to act as its jailer. But the darkness cannot be kept hidden. It oozes out like pus from a wound, poisoning everything it touches. That is what it means to be Odin the Deceiver. If you're going to fight, fight! On my children! You pay! Let fire rend down! Like an old hen!
Ouais, j'ai cru que ça avait bugué mais ça prend du temps hein. On va traverser sa petite larme. Tristesse vient la haine. Je suis pas sûr que c'était très bien animé ça. filet. Ça sert à rien de se venger. Ça se barrer. Et non, pas de bulle. Il va falloir tuer ce tour quand même, on peut pas revenir dans le monde réel comme ça. Et si.
What is it? What did you see?
All my struggles mattered nothing in the end. My son was lost before I began. His premonition come to pass.
Your son?
Balder! Harvey's son. You know what I mean.
So Balder met his fate, as was foretold. Ever you have sought to elude the looms of the Nornir, but we are all caught in their weave.
No, I will not believe it. There's more to see yet. Why was I thrown from my dream?
Perhaps it was not the vision that rejected you, but you who rejected the vision. Perhaps you are afraid of it.
I fear nothing.
I think you do. And until you recognize that fear, give in to it, embrace it, the vision will not return. Some walls cannot be overcome by potions alone.
Tell me what I must do. This saga does not end here. It cannot.
Meet me in the forest when darkness lays upon the land. There we shall see how fearless you truly are.
These new visions of Odin trouble me. Am I alone in seeing them? Or do the tales of Svartalfheim hold some other meaning? Perhaps I should warm my bones by the fire. Gather my thoughts for a moment.
Oh, tu restes ici. arrêter ici. On fait une petite méditation. Et